What's up, everybody? This is the Sports League podcast. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got the co-host Amanda ready to make some picks for Week 18. Are you excited?
Yeah, we'll see if I can make it through this episode with less crash outs than the last one. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. But some interesting games this weekend. Some lopsided games, some games that don't mean anything. But Saturday, at least, we're gonna have two real fun games. I'm looking forward to watching those.
Yeah, I might honestly just go find some snow on Sunday and skip the Sunday games. I like the Saturday games better.
Yeah.
And nobody needs to see JJ McCarthy versus Clayton Tune. As a Packers fan, I don't need to see that. Thanks.
As long as you're back for Sunday night, that's the good game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, week 18, the playoffs right around the corner, and we'll finalize the seeding for the playoffs this weekend. But let's start with Saturday's game. No Thursday night game, which is frustrating. Thursday night, I was ready to watch some football. All there was college on.
My I think we should get rid of Monday night games when we come into the holiday season and there's Saturday games. Like Thursday nights are its own thing. Like I think there's just too many games of football like a week. I don't want to watch Thursday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Like I love football, but that's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, for me, I love it, but like with family and
Yeah.
kids and the
I feel
holidays and
like
all
I feel like if you're gonna do Saturday and it's that late in the season, do three games on Saturday and stop doing Thursday and Monday.
that. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, let's get into Saturday's game. So we got the 8-8 Panthers at the 7-9 Bucks. Tampa Bay backing into this game on a four-game losing streak. Carolina's back and forth every week. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games, and this is the NFC South championship game. Except for the fact that even if the Bucks win, if Atlanta wins, they're out. And Amanda, doesn't this make perfect sense? This is how I see it going down. It's the NFC South. Nobody ever wants to win this division. I feel like the Bucks are going to win here. Carolina's going to lose, but then Atlanta's going to win. So the Panthers are going to lose and win the division and get in at 8-9.
I hate this division so much. Like, I feel like if you can't break 500, you don't deserve to be in the postseason. But like
Yeah,
this really sucks for the Bucks because like coming into this season, they were great. Baker Mayfield was running MVP conversations. He was putting the team on his back, and he just got worn down after doing it week after week and losing a lot of their offensive weapons. I mean, they've lost seven of their last eight games. You say that coming into the last week of the season, you just assume that team isn't even in the postseason conversation. Like, oh, you've
yeah.
dropped seven out of your last eight. Like, oh, you must have been eliminated weeks ago. It's crazy that they can still be in the running after that bad of a stretch the second half of the season.
Yeah, and it sucks that they can win and still miss the playoffs. Yet I don't feel bad for them. I mean, you should have beat the Dolphins last week and Quinn Ewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
My issue
unacceptable.
is no matter what Baker Mayfield does or doesn't do, their defense has been so bad. They've allowed a
Yeah.
score on 21 of the last 22 red zone drives.
Jeez. So
That's
bad and like lack of effort
horrible.
stuff too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think if the Bucks lose this game or miss the playoffs, regardless, I think you got to fire Todd Bowles. I think he's completely this collapse is really bad, you know? And
Yeah.
especially defensively.
Well, and like you can chalk some of it up to like their biggest offensive weapons besides their quarterback missed a couple weeks each. Like everyone was out, there were some injuries, but it wasn't nearly as bad as some of the other teams that have overcome that this season. I
Yeah.
will say Green Bay hasn't overcome it, so I'm not talking about them, but the 49ers have done it. Chicago had some major issues and they're still in the running. Like there's there's got to be some responsibility and accountability put on the coach because there are so many great players on this team. And that defense, like there are no excuses. I haven't seen an improvement in this defense. They're not missing a
Yeah.
ton of big players week to week. But they just seem to be doing the same thing, and there doesn't seem to be any pressure put on them to improve.
Yeah, and they're far too talented to be doing this. Vita Vea, Levante David, Winfield Jr., so yes, something's got to happen if they miss out on the playoffs. They're way too talented to do that. But for
That's
Carolina, I don't trust them either. I picked them last week against the Panthers, or I mean against the Seahawks. That wasn't even that close. They got swept by the Saints. Um, I don't trust this Panthers team. If they make the playoffs, I don't trust them at all. I would much rather see Tampa Bay in the playoffs, but they put themselves in a position where they might miss it regardless. So it's frustrating. Um, but for this game, I'm going Tampa Bay at home. Uh, I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean, if someone's gonna pull off some late season magic to potentially make the postseason, it's gonna be Baker for me. I'll trust him.
yeah.
And their defense when they play well, they have the fourth highest blitz rate, and Bryce Young is not good against the blitz, so maybe we'll get some Bryce Young turnovers. Obviously pulling for Baker because he's my guy here, but I expect it to be ugly. And honestly, I wish we could just vote the Saints in as the division winner because we've seen more fire and energy out of them than the other three teams in that division, even though they're not at all in the running.
Honestly, I don't mind Atlanta either. Atlanta,
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is doing his thing. Bijan just went crazy last
Yeah.
week.
The last couple weeks, the Saints are doing something. Like, I feel like the Saints are building something, and I would be intrigued to see how they do in the postseason. Like the Bucks, I think they're a one and done postseason team. Same with Atlanta or Carolina. I think the Saints might have stumbled into a starting quarterback, which I
Yeah.
did not see myself saying a year ago.
No, I had the Saints being the worst team in the league this year. So they've
Yeah.
definitely, stepped up. But we do have to talk about I went into last week with a one game lead.
Hmm.
I had a terrible week last week.
It was rough.
Yeah, and so now I'm 2 games back. So I'm kind of reconsidering some things. I am desperate here for this last week. I have to beat you. I have to get you.
You're gonna take Carolina?
I think I'm going to take Carolina.
All right.
But that might be the death of me. I've picked Carolina a few times and they've let me down all year
That's how I
long.
feel about the Falcons. Like I don't even want to pick their games. I mean, this one could go either way. If you're gonna ask me
Yeah,
who I trust, I think they're evenly likely, like they're equally likely to throw the game away, both teams.
yeah,
But I trust Baker a little bit more. So
yeah. I trust Baker more. What's his name? Tristan Wirfs is healthy and
yeah.
playing. Um, but hopefully Carolina gets that run game going. But yeah, I'm gonna switch to the Panthers. I'm just in desperation mode. So at this point,
That's fair. And it's not like it was an obvious one. Like if you're taking
yeah.
Vegas over New England, we might need to have a conversation in week 18 about you flipping your picks. But that's not a matchup that we're doing this week. So I think you should be good.
Yeah. But that's going to be a fun game to watch. We're going to be watching that one closely. It's going to be very entertaining. And then you got the Saturday night game, and this one's a lot of fun too. The 13-3 Seahawks at the 12-4 49ers. Both teams on 6-game winning streak. So this is the complete opposite of Bucks Panthers. These two teams are red hot. This is for the NFC West division. So it's a championship game. The winner gets the number one seed in a first round bye. So a lot on the line here. I mean, the difference between being a 5 seed and being the one seed with a bye is such a massive difference. This is going to be a lot of fun. How do you see this game going?
So this one's interesting to me. My concern is I've really liked Seattle. I've liked how their defenses looked most weeks. There's been a couple weeks where they've played very poorly, but Sam Darnold is a little bit turnover heavy lately. Four turnovers over his past two games. Both of these teams won very, very strongly last week. The Seahawks won by 17 over Carolina. The 49ers won a close, crazy, ridiculously high scoring shootout situation. But like the
Yeah.
Bears stayed in that game. It's not like it wasn't a weak opponent at all. So I feel like we've seen them both tested lately, but I don't know. I have San Francisco, but depending on what the Seattle defense looks like, we've seen weeks where they could come out and just manhandle this team. So
Yeah.
I don't know which version of that Seattle defense we're getting. And I've jokingly called them the Legion of Doom, but then there's some weeks where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I'm going to pick the 49ers because I think they're more reliable. They're more trustworthy. I can see Seattle stealing this though. I
Yeah,
can also
and
see Sam Darnold throwing a couple pick sixes. So it just, which identity of Seattle we're getting, I don't know.
this is a big test for Sam Darnold. If you go back a year ago, when Darnold was in this exact same situation with Vikings Lions for the division, 1 seed or 5 seed on the line, and they got blown out 31-9, and Sam Darnold looked terrible in that
Mhm.
game. And that
He
was the
doesn't play
beginning of the
well under
end.
pressure historically, I've
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah. So he desperately needs to play really well in this game. But on the other side, you got Brock Purdy playing red hot. 5 touchdowns, no turnovers last week. Christian McCaffrey doing his thing. George Kittle expected to play in this game. So a lot of signs, a lot of arrows pointing at San Francisco here. They're at home.
I will say
So
though, Sam Darnold having a challenging game might not be the case here because the 49ers defense is dead last in sacks and pressure rate. So Sam
yeah,
Darnold is going to have plenty of time. He's going to feel very secure. So it's funny because we have a quarterback who's great at evading sacks, facing a good defense, and then we have one who's terrible at it, facing the league's worst defense. So they're evenly matched in a weird way.
yeah.
Like there's no advantage or disadvantage for the quarterback here. But I trust Christian McCaffrey to go off. Seattle's defense tends to allow receptions to running backs. Um, they have the highest rate in the league for that, and McCaffrey's got some good hands, so I can see them putting him on the outside. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna pick the 49ers, but it's like a 52-48 split for me.
I think you should pick Seattle because there's no way I can pick the Seahawks here. I don't trust Sam Darnold at all. I understand it's a bad defense, but I just feel like pressure bursts pipes with Darnold, and I
Yeah.
think that he's going to have a bad game. I just got a great look at the 49ers on Monday night or
Yeah.
Sunday night, and they balled
Up
out.
close and personal. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
thing though, is Sam Darnold is gonna have an ugly game. Is it gonna be this week or is it gonna be in the playoffs?
yeah,
There's gonna
exactly.
be a three turnover Sam Darnold game at some point. I don't think that's a Super Bowl winning team this year.
Yeah,
And it just when it's gonna be, I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see if Sam Darnold can rewrite the narrative about him. But they're going to be without their starting left tackle, Charles Cross. Kobe Bryant is doubtful. The only good news is Rashid Shaheed will play, something that could really help get
Yeah.
one of those Rashid Shaheed kick returns or punt
So
returns.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
as someone with one of the worst teams for special teams in the league. I'm in love with Rashid's returns. Like he's so
Yeah.
good. I'm like, can he just come to Green Bay? Thanks.
So yeah, we agree on that one. We'll
Yeah.
see where we're at. I mean, don't force me to pick Seattle. I can't
You
do
don't have
that.
to. We can circle back. I just
Yeah,
can't
we'll
root for
circle back.
Seattle. I live here. I don't want to deal with Seattle fans. I just can't do it.
I can understand that for sure. So we agree on the 49ers on Saturday night.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
Sunday, let's talk about the other half of that NFC South division. We've got Saints at Falcons. This is the flip side of the coin we just talked about. I mean, why do we keep letting this division like you should have to sacrifice your playoff spot if your division is this bad every year. Like,
yeah, give it to like one of the other teams that are have a
yeah.
good record but are going to miss the playoffs. Yeah. But both teams on a winning streak, 4 games for the Saints, 3 games for Atlanta. Um, Atlanta's win last week against the Rams was really impressive, and that's the
Mhm.
key. If they can get Bijan Robinson going, they can win almost any game. And Kirk Cousins is playing well, but um, they might be without Drake London and Darnell Mooney. Kyle Pitts also is questionable. But for the Saints, no Chris Olave, no Alvin Kamara, no Brian Brzee. This is another complete toss-up. I mean, what's your quarter saying?
I didn't flip the quarter this week. I should do that. Um, I can go grab it though.
Okay.
But just
Yeah.
just real quick, my thoughts on this one. So the Saints game, like their play doesn't really mean anything to them, except for there are quite a few players, veteran players on this team that have contracts that will be voiding in the offseason. Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan, Taysom Hill, 35 and 36-year-old players on this team. This might be their last game on this team. So I can see them like emotionally coming in against their biggest divisional rival. Like I can see the Saints coming in with a lot of like emotion in this one.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. And also Cameron Jordan, uh, he was asked about the rivalry, and he said Trash Lanta, Can't Lanta, Eight Lanta. It's all the same, 28-3. So unfortunately, I think Atlanta's got that up on their board a little
Yeah.
bit. But let me go grab the quarter. We'll see what the quarter has to say.
Yeah, I saw Taysom Hill was like a little bit emotional, talking about his career maybe coming to an end with the Saints. So he's going to be fired up. Um, is a Saints team that has been playing so much better lately. Tyler Shuck is actually playing well. Like I was
Playing
assuming,
well. Hold up. He has three straight games with at least 250 passing yards. He is tied for the most or for the longest streak NFL history by a rookie with Justin Herbert and CJ Stroud. So he's in
wow.
the top three for streaks like that. So Quarter says Atlanta, which is it agrees with
Okay.
me, which makes me nervous.
So you're taking Atlanta?
Yeah, I have a question mark though, because I can see the Saints coming in with a lot of emotion, but Atlanta's got more to play for as far as postseason hopes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But they'll know going into this one what's gone on in the other games. So
Yeah, I think Atlanta is enjoying the opportunity to
mhm.
play spoiler and knock the Bucks out. Like if
Well,
Tampa Bay
they've been doing
wins,
that for like a month now. They're like, oh, this
yeah,
team might go to the postseason. Nah.
yeah.
Like, they've
And
been having fun.
Kirk Cousins has quietly been playing a lot better too. Like he's trying to get a starting job next year, whether that's in Atlanta or elsewhere, you know?
I think it's
So,
hilarious that one of the best fits for Kirk Cousins would be Minnesota.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, a veteran quarterback for JJ McCarthy to work with? Weird. I like Raheem Morris. I think that he's had a lot of fun um with this team lately. He said it's really upsetting that his team and the Saints have been the hottest teams over the last month in the NFC South, despite being mathematically eliminated. And he's like, yeah, it kind of sucks that we timed our streaks like this, but eh, I think they'll come into next season with some spice.
Oh yeah, I think both these teams will.
Mhm.
How can you pick the Falcons? Let's say the Bucks win on Saturday night. How can you pick the Falcons with the Bucks needing Atlanta to lose? Like,
I- I'm picking who I think will win, not who I want to win, Alex. I don't pick based on emotion.
okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna pick based on who I want to win. Give me the Saints in
Okay.
Atlanta.
Because that worked out so well for you. See, guys, this is how he picked last year, and that's why I won by 29 games.
Yeah, but it's gonna work out for me this year. The writing's
Okay.
been on the wall all year long. I can't lose this year. So let's go Saints and Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck's gonna have Atlanta Falcons fans saying, "What the
No,
fuck?"
stop it. You like his name way too much. You be having too
I
much
like
fun
it
with that
because
one.
it's not even spelled right.
It's
Like what
spelled
the
so wrong. I hate English. Like cough, cough,
Yeah.
Tyler Schaff. Like
Yeah.
his name
Show.
pronunciation is so bad.
Abe's been calling him show all year long.
Well,
Yeah.
it should be. It should be
Yeah.
show or Schaff, not
Who?
Shuck.
Tyler Who?
Where does it even come from? I hate it. Who decided his name was pronounced like that? Like, is this like the Favre thing? Like, oh, Americans are too stupid to say Favre. Let's just go Favre.
That's what my dad always calls him, Favre. I mean, it's like Marcus Mariota, right?
Yeah.
Like, come
Well,
on
no,
now.
but now we're just changing it in the middle of their career.
Yeah, I hate it.
So dumb.
But yeah, so we disagree on two so far. I might regret making that decision, but I'm desperate at this point, so it is what it is.
Well, but that's my
Um,
thing too, is like depending on the other game, like things might shift before this one. So
yeah.
we'll see. Like those divisional games, like when the division has been decided the day before, like there might be less energy in this one.
I think there's a good chance that you're gonna message me and be like, I'm switching to the Saints because I want the Bucks to make the playoffs, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm switching to Atlanta.
But it's not like me picking Atlanta is going to make them win. It's just I think they're slightly better. Whatever. All
Hey,
right.
you never know. That good juju.
Cleveland at Cincinnati, a game that means absolutely nothing except for Myles Garrett needs one sack to break the NFL single season record.
Now, this is crazy because there's a legit chance he might not break the record. Like, who
I
would
would
have
be
thought?
so sad.
It's insane because we thought, remember, we were talking about 25 sacks. We thought he had it
Mhm.
locked up like five,
Yeah,
six
but
weeks
then
ago.
Pittsburgh does shit like the only thing they care about is him not getting the record, score no points.
Yeah.
All they do is throw the ball away the whole game, lose the
There's,
game. Like the amount of teams who care more about him not getting a personal all-time record versus the teams that care about winning that they've played. Like it's so stupid to to want to stop a player from breaking a record. Like it doesn't affect you.
Well, who's to say the Bengals aren't going to do the exact same thing? They don't want Burrow to get sacked, right? Like, I think they're going to be playing the exact same way. They're going to be feeding the hell out of Chase Brown. And Chase Brown, have you seen his numbers lately? He's going
He's
crazy too.
he's been off the charts lately. I will say though, Garrett has sacked Joe Burrow 12 times.
Okay.
He's his favorite to sack. Lamar Jackson's also 12. So those are his two quarterbacks he's gone after. Obviously, he plays them the most, but he knows how to get to them historically. So hopefully he gets one. I'll
Yeah.
pick Cincinnati to win. I think they're a better team, but if my man can't break the record, everyone's gonna be fucking sad for him.
Yeah, I hope that Shador Sanders plays well in the last game of the season. He's going up against a bad defense, but he's going to be without two tight ends, David Njoku and Harold Fannin Jr. And we know Quinshot Junkins is out for the year. So I agree. I got the Bengals at home. They've been throwing up a lot of points on the board lately. I don't think they score 35 plus in this game, but I think they do enough to get the win.
Yeah, but the Bengals have to score a lot of points because their defense is allowing 29 and a half, second worst in the league, which if they continue that into this week, they're on pace to have the team's worst points per game allowed in team history.
It is.
Like they
That's
they
so
can't
bad.
allow 29 points in this one because that's their worst defense in team history. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah, I would think the defensive coordinator's got to get fired after this performance. Al
Yeah, but
Golden.
also
I
what is
mean,
the defensive coordinator supposed to do when they spend all of their money on three players on offense? Like
yeah,
they're offering
yeah.
breadcrumbs to their defensive players. How much talent do you think they're going to have?
Well, and then a lack of effort too. You see, some of the
Yeah.
tackling attempts were so bad last week. So
Yeah, but do you know what incentivizes players to play well at their positions? The potential for money.
yeah, that's true. So maybe they'll be playing for some, yeah, some bonuses in this game. So we agree on the Bengals at home. Let's talk about your team. And so the Vikings are on a 4 game winning streak, Green Bay on a 3 game losing streak. Jordan Love has cleared concussion protocol, but he's not going to play in this game. Do you like that idea? So
Yeah.
I want to run this by you. Going into the playoffs on a 4 game losing streak is way less than ideal. You know, that's not what you
Yeah.
want, but you also don't want to risk Jordan Love getting injured again. So you think it's a smart idea to start Clayton Tune?
Yeah, I think as long as practices are very steadily focused on getting the starters to play, start our third string in this one. Like we clinched the playoffs in the middle of a month of straight losing. I'm assuming we're going to lose this one too. I don't think we should risk any of the starters really. Like get people in enough to make sure they're conditioned to play this week, get them moving at practice. Don't risk any major injuries. I don't know if you've noticed, but Green Bay starters have been dropping like freaking flies over the past month. So
Yeah,
yeah, keep
oh
keep our starters off the field. It's cursed. I don't know what's going on. And another thing about it is JJ McCarthy gets another shot to show what he can do this season because I made jokes a month or so ago saying that like the only thing he's proven is that bullying works because people talk
yeah.
so much shit about him. The nine meme was everywhere, and then he comes in and he balls out a little bit. So I hope he
Yeah.
has a good performance in this one. I think he was just set up to fail with the way Minnesota handled the beginning of the season. So I'm glad he's playing better. But yeah, no playoff implications in this one. Get Clayton Tune out there. Get our new guy who has a bit of a um, reputation for kind of being a little shit. Get him out there, put him to work. I have theories about it. I think maybe he just hated being in Dallas and he wanted to get out, so he was trying to get them to let go of him. Um,
Trayvon Diggs,
yeah,
he's got talent. Like he could be a
he had
playmaker.
talent 2 years ago. I don't know if he has talent right now.
He has talent. I think he wanted out of Dallas. I really
Yeah.
do.
I'm
And
hoping that's the case. I'm hoping he and Micah just wanted to be together and he wanted out of Dallas. But
yeah,
I mean, he was pretty bad this season. If you watch some of his blown coverages, like I'm
yeah,
not excited about that, but hopefully being somewhere where he thinks that he's wanted and Micah Parsons is there and they're actually maybe not this year, but a contender. I'm hoping the attitude and the effort come back into where we want for a player. Because I don't think Matt
well,
LaFleur is going to let someone with a bad attitude hang out on the team. That's not really Green Bay's
yeah.
vibe.
Well, and if he wants to be there long term, if he wants to continue to
Prove
be
it.
Micah Parsons' teammate, yeah, play well in these final few games. Hey, make an interception in the playoffs. That's the quickest way to get a long-term contract. Um, yeah, I this game is very interesting. I think I wish Malik Willis was playing, but he's got a banged up shoulder. So
Yeah.
it sounds like it's going to be Clayton, or it's going to be Clayton Tune starting, which I think is going to be like the Looney Tunes out there. He
Yeah,
came in
with
for like,
Desmond Ritter as his backup quarterback
oh
or
my
Jaden
goodness.
Reed, like what? Yeah, our injury situation is crazy. One thing to watch out for in this one, Justin Jefferson needs 53 yards to break 1,000. So
Yeah.
I'm pulling for him. I think Minnesota will pull off a win. I'm assuming Green Bay is just going to do the bare minimum, um, with our second and third strings.
Yeah, I know Justin Jefferson is happy to have JJ McCarthy back because Max Brosner wasn't getting him the ball anywhere close. So if Jefferson's going to get that, 1,000 yards, it's going to be with JJ McCarthy. He still doesn't have great chemistry with McCarthy, but at least he's going to give him some better chances to catch the ball. Um, which is crazy that Justin Jefferson's numbers are so low this year. Only 2 touchdowns, under 1,000 yards so far. No Aaron Jones in this game. No TJ Hawkinson for the Vikings. Dontavian Wicks is doubtful for Green Bay.
You don't need to go through
Um,
Green Bay's injury report. Just assume all the starters are on it. Also, it is not crazy that Justin Jefferson's numbers are so low. What did their starting quarterback do in college? As a
yeah,
quarterback, he handed the
that's,
ball off to running backs.
that's true, but I mean, it's Justin Jefferson. I feel like I could get him the ball. Like, just throw it up to him. Like, it can't be that hard.
Well, I'm not saying it's hard to get the ball to him, but when your quarterback comes into the league and should have been on a bench for a year or two learning how to
Yeah,
throw and how to read routes and how, like, he didn't do that in college, which is why I think Minnesota mismanaged his career. He should have sat behind Kirk Cousins for a year or two and learned how to be an NFL quarterback instead of just handing the ball off to a ridiculously good running back. Minnesota has a
yeah,
great running duo, so he hasn't needed to throw that much. He can just
yeah,
keep doing what he's been doing in college. We have seen some good deeper plays from him over the last month or so. So I do
yeah.
think he is developing that way, but I just don't think he was ready to be a starting quarterback full time and be in the game yet. So I mean, Justin Jefferson's career has taken a bit of a hit because of how Minnesota managed that quarterback situation.
Yeah, and I think this is good. I think this is smart for the Vikings to play JJ McCarthy here because I think he has a good game and he takes some positive momentum into the offseason and hopefully can build on it going into next year. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm taking the Vikings at home. There's no way I'm banking on Clayton Tune to do anything. He came in for like a play against the Ravens and immediately threw a pick.
Yeah,
So
it was bad.
yeah.
It's really bad.
Um,
I
let's
was like,
go
who the fuck is that?
Cowboys.
Oh wait, we don't want him. Never. Where's Malik?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, which is why
Um,
last week when you're like, yeah, it was great for Green Bay. Malik had a great game. I was like, that's not good for us because he's gonna leave and we're gonna be stuck with fucking Clayton Tune as our backup.
you're gonna need to upgrade. Clayton Tune shouldn't be a
Well,
backup.
Desmond Ritter, I think, is more serviceable as a backup. Also, Clayton Tune, it's a lot of pressure as your first pass in the NFL. So hopefully, like starting this one will work out some of the kinks there. Maybe it was just too much pressure. But Malik Willis is better than some of the people starting in the league this year. So I think he'll be in a Miami jersey next year.
I would rather see Clayton Tune every day of the week than Desmond Ritter, but that's just me. Um,
Did you see Clayton Tune come in for a couple snaps? Did you miss that?
Ritter's gonna do the exact same thing. Ritter is ass.
I mean, I would
um,
rather keep Malik forever and ever, but I think he deserves to be paid.
yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately,
He was so good,
he's
and
so good.
he almost beat the Bears, and then he was very competitive against the Ravens.
Yeah,
Let's go to
still.
7 and 8 and 1 Cowboys at the 3-13 Giants, and Dak Prescott actually getting the start here. I'm not sure why, but whatever, Dallas, do your thing. The Giants are trying to get a high draft pick. No Javonte Williams, no Malik Davis at running back for the Cowboys, no Evan Neal or Theo Johnson for the Giants. I mean, Cowboys should win this game, but I don't really care. This is going to be ugly. Dak starting should be the difference, but Jackson Dart can put up some points too. Do you think Dallas wins, or what do you think?
I think Dallas kind of needs to win.
Yeah,
They haven't had consecutive losing seasons since 2000 to 2002. I think they want to come in. I mean, finishing 5-1 in the NFC East, I think is a good way to finish out. I think they need to win for team momentum because they've lost defensive players. No one wants to be there. There's so much drama. The only reason people have talked about Dallas is because of the players they've let leave. There's
yeah,
nothing else going on there. So I think they need to build a little bit of positive momentum coming into next season. The Giants are young. The Giants can afford to lose this one. So I feel like other than draft position, like it would be better for the Giants to lose.
yeah. It would have been better for them to lose last week
They
too.
should
I
have
don't
lost last
understand.
week. That was stupid.
Yeah. So I think there's a chance the Giants steal this one, but I can't pick
Oh
it.
yeah. I think against that Dallas defense that is questionable, they've improved a bit the second half of the season. But I feel
Yeah,
like Jackson Dart is gonna throw his most passing yards this season, pull off a
yeah.
win that's gonna piss off the fans who are like, why? Why are you winning week 18? Like it's gonna be stupid. I think they might win. But for Dak Prescott's sanity, I hope Dallas pulls off the win.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Dallas as well, but who knows with this rivalry. But yeah, Cowboys over the Giants. Let's go to the 3-13 Titans at their 7-game winning streak, 12-4 Jags.
Jags.
Jacksonville relatively healthy going into the playoffs here on a winning streak. Great vibes all around for them. Titans are going to be without Van Jefferson and Gunnar Helm. Easy Jags win here. Not much to talk about. We'll see how far Jacksonville can go in the playoffs, but it's nice to be rolling like an 8-game winning streak into the playoffs. So we'll see
Yeah,
what
and
they
they
can
could
do.
potentially get the number one seed if Denver and New England both happen to lose and they pull off a win here,
Yeah,
which they should absolutely do. So they're playing for a lot more, and the Titans are just a mess. So Jags all
yeah.
day.
Yep, we agree on that one. The 8-8 Colts at the 11-5 Texans. Indy on a 6-game losing streak. Texans on an 8-game winning streak. No Philip Rivers, so rookie quarterback Riley Leonard getting his first career start.
Yeah, after
Uh,
coming in for the last play of the last game and throwing an interception
and good luck, Riley Leonard. Your first career start against the
against
best
the Tech.
defense in the league.
I think that's why. I think if it had been a different defense, Philip Rivers would be starting.
Yeah,
But I don't think they want to send him home to his family back into retirement in a full body cast. So
yeah, yeah. His family was probably like, please don't start him for this
not
one.
that one. Thanks.
Yeah.
Please send Gramps home. Yeah,
um,
Texans all day in this one.
yeah, agree. No Sauce Gardner for the Colts, no Kamari Lassiter for the Texans, but none of that really matters. Houston should be able to win this one easily. And I tell me if you agree. I think the Texans, just as much as the Jags, if not maybe more so, are true contenders in the AFC. Once they get into the playoffs, it's going to be very interesting to see how far they can go.
Yeah, and if they win and the Jags happen to lose, they would clinch the AFC South, which I don't think the Jags will lose. But there's always a shot.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on Daniil Hunter here. He's got 4 games with multiple sacks this season, tied for second most with Myles Garrett, behind Brian Burns. I hope he has a great game here. I think he absolutely will versus Riley Leonard. But like Abe was saying last week, people are just completely overlooking him. Like as a
Yeah.
Packers fan, I was so glad when he left the division, and I just don't think he gets the respect he deserves as a defensive player. He is always good. He is always getting after the quarterback. I don't know why people aren't paying more attention to him.
Well, it's easy to overlook him, I guess, when you got Will Anderson Jr., Aziz Al-Shaair, Derek Stingley Jr., but his numbers and his production is probably
So
the best on
good.
the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a reason I didn't mention the other ones because everybody talks about them, but like
Yeah.
why are we over like he's good. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm only gonna talk about him. Nobody
Yeah.
else needs me to talk about them.
How about your Bills? The Jets coming in 3-13 on a 4-game losing streak. I believe it's going to be Brady Cook starting at quarterback. Buffalo needs a nice win going into the playoffs. They're at 11-5. Um, they're going to be without Daquan Jones, Terrell Bernard, Jordan Poyer. Questionable is Dalton Kincaid, Joey Bosa, Jordan Phillips. But all that being said, I think the Bills still win this one easily, right?
Yeah, a quarterback who has a QBR of 10, which is last among all 52 players who have had 50 or more passing attempts. So
Wow, not good.
Buffalo all day.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Not much
Yeah.
to say there.
No.
I think it's smart for the Bills to be, resting players, making
Yeah.
sure they're healthy.
And the Jets should try to lose this one
Yeah.
for draft
Yeah.
implications. And the Bills have a lot of fifth and sixth seed shifting that can happen. Like they clinch the fifth seed if they win and the Texans and Chargers lose, or if they win and the Chargers and Jags lose, or sixth. Like it's Buffalo's fine.
Yeah.
I think they should absolutely rest the starters. I don't think there's much of a difference between fifth and sixth seed. So get your starters to the postseason.
Yeah, and they can win without him. So, why not? Let's go to the 8-8 Lions at the 11-5 Bears. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak, and the last time we saw the Lions, they had 6 turnovers, with 5 of them by Jared Goff, and they lost to Max Brosmer. I know Ben Johnson is going to be fired up. We got beat by the Lions 52-21 in week 2. Uh,
What's so
I
crazy
think,
about that game is the Bear like the Lions fans going in after that Bears win and talking shit about Ben Johnson.
yeah.
Like he didn't leave on bad terms. He was so
Well, the
good in
funny,
Detroit that he got a start, like he got an opportunity to be a head coach. Hating on a guy who helped your team because he got a good opportunity that he earned is so stupid to me.
well, we've never accused Lions fans of being particularly smart. Um,
Valid.
but they were at that point in week 2, they were sick of everybody, including us and the national media, saying that they're not going to be the same without Ben Johnson, without Aaron Glenn. And yet, fast forward to right now, and they're going to miss the playoffs.
Well, what's crazy
So,
too is they lost in week one and then they win week two and they're like, oh, we're awesome. Like, no, you're 500.
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, nope, still not impressed, guys. Yeah, so I think the Bears absolutely have this handled. Caleb Williams is 270 yards away from being the first quarterback in Bears 105 seasons to throw for at least 4,000 yards.
That
That
would
was
be
one of his
crazy.
preseason goals. I think it's absolutely attainable. This Detroit defense is very, very banged up. They have so
Hmm.
many injuries right now. Not only has their offense completely fallen off, their defense is just a hospital ward again. Um, so I'm pulling for the Bears here. I hope Caleb Williams breaks that number.
Me too. It would be awesome to see the first 4,000 yard passer. It's amazing that it hasn't happened yet.
Is it
But
is it
it's
amazing?
it's crazy. I mean, you would
I'm not
expect Jay
shocked by
Cutler
that
to
at
do
all.
it
Like the only
once.
good version of the Bears
Uh,
anyone has ever talked about has been a good defensive team, not a good offensive team. Like,
that's true. That's true. And now it's the opposite. Our defense was so bad last week. Hopefully we look better. We forced Jared Goff into 4 more turnovers in this game. Uh, no Panay Sewell, no Alexander Zaloni, no Aleem McNeil. Taylor Decker's questionable, so the Lions are pretty beat up. And the Bears need this win. We don't want to follow the 3 seed. We want the 2 seed. We want to play Green Bay in the wild card. So let's make sure that happens. And this is my lock of the century, pick of the week. Bears at home over the Lions, and I'm going to predict the score. We got beat 52-21. I got the Bears 52-20. Suck on
mm,
that, Detroit.
52 might be a little high.
Yeah,
I feel like if the game in week 18, when you guys are going to the postseason, I think you're
yeah.
gonna have a 14-point lead and then sit the starters.
I'll
I don't
be,
think
I'll
you're
be,
gonna run up the score here.
yeah, I'd be perfectly fine with like a 38-14 or something like
Yeah.
that.
32 is the number you guys need. Do you know
32?
why?
Why is that?
Because if you score 32 points, you are 32 points shy of breaking the single season franchise record for points scored in a season.
Wow. We've had some pretty good offenses. I remember that first year with Mark
That's from
Trestman.
the 85 Bears. So they,
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see if we can get it done. A lot of opportunity here. And yeah, just don't lose to Detroit. Whatever you do, I cannot take. This would be such a sour taste going to the playoffs if we get swept by the Lions. And we,
And you kind of want to play Green Bay again because I feel like you're more likely
yeah.
to beat Green Bay than anyone else. So,
Well, and it's so rare. It would only be the second time ever the Bears and Packers have met in the playoffs. I want to see it. It'd be fun. And we want revenge, from that.
yeah, Chicago fans would want to see it when our team is a fucking hospital ward. Like,
Absolutely.
see,
Hey,
I don't like those matchups. Like when we played Pittsburgh and they were super banged up, like I wanted Aaron Rodgers versus the Packers at full strength. Like I wanted
of
Hail
course.
Mary Aaron Rodgers. I didn't
Yeah.
want like whatever the fuck that was. Like,
But let me ask you this. When the Packers went to the Super Bowl when they beat the Bears in the NFC Championship game, were you saying, "Oh, dang it, we beat Caleb Haney. I wanted to beat Jay Cutler," or were you celebrating saying we made it to the dang Super Bowl?
you know I wanted to beat Jay Cutler because I fucking love Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is my favorite Chicago quarterback. You know I was disappointed. I love Jay.
Hey, you may have been disappointed, but not nearly as much as
Nope.
me.
Yeah, fair.
I'll be haunted by that stationary bike forever.
Well, speaking of being haunted, I am so disappointed in the freaking Chargers. I wanted this to be important. I wanted this game
Yeah,
to matter. I wanted
yeah.
LA, Denver to come down to week 18 for the division, and then they had to freaking suck last week, and I'm mad.
I blame the refs. I don't blame the Chargers. If the refs
Mm.
had their head out of
But
their
it's
ass,
yes, the refs were interfering, but like you should have had that shit handled long before the refs. Like if you're up 21 points, the refs can't mess that up. Like
yeah, they got
it shouldn't
themselves
have
into
come
a
down to a
hole early.
couple opportunities for the refs to fuck it up.
Yeah,
This game's
yeah.
dumb now.
Trey
Denver's
Lance, though,
stupid.
we get to see some Trey Lance quarterbacked football. That'll be fun.
Yay.
Yeah, Denver can
Yeah.
clinch the one seed if they win. They're going to be taking it seriously. They want the one seed. They want a home field advantage. They want the first round bye. The Chargers will follow the seven seed if they lose and the Bills win, and then they'll have to go at New England. So not ideal. Amarian Hampton is out. Kamani Vidal is questionable. The Broncos are potentially getting Dre Greenlaw back for the playoffs. That'll be a boost. I mean, Denver's going to win this game, I think, easily. So,
Yeah, Denver is just so good. Like Nick Bonito is gonna get after Trey Lance all day in this one. Denver is leading the NFL in sacks while having the fewest sacks allowed. They're a plus 45 point differential on sacks. It's the best in the league since they started recording sacks. Yeah, Denver's gross. Good for
real
them.
quick though, do you think Denver wins this game easily? Because they almost lost to the Chris Oladokun Chiefs last week on Christmas, if you remember.
Yeah, but he didn't really the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Like he didn't play that poorly. Like there was one or two passes that like Patrick Mahomes would have had a completion there, but I mean Patrick Mahomes hasn't been that great. The Chiefs weren't winning last year because of Mahomes' greatness. They were
Hey,
squeaking out wins just like this Denver team is doing.
hey,
So
Trey Lance looked pretty good in the preseason. You
yeah,
never know.
I'm not hating on them too much, but I
Yeah,
think the
Denver
Broncos pull
should.
it off. That defense is spicy.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
Um,
anti Trey Lance, but respect where respect is due to this defense. That Broncos defense is.
no, and that's a tough test for Trey Lance. A great defense. So in Denver, so we agree Broncos there. Let's go the 6-10 Chiefs at the 2-14 Raiders. KC on a 5-game losing streak. Vegas on a 10-game losing streak. The Raiders are determined not to let the number one pick slip out of their fingers. As bad as the Chiefs are, Kansas City is going to find a way to win this game. No Geno Smith, so it's like the Aiden O'Connell, who's the other guy? Aiden O'Connell and some other quarterback.
Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, Kenny Pickett show. So I think the Chiefs will find a way to win this one.
Yeah. Travis Kelce's probable last game in the league. Like, yeah. I think it'll be an emotional thing for them. I think they'll pull off the win. I don't think it's gonna be pretty. I also don't plan to watch any of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, no, thank you.
yeah, that's gonna be gross. But we agree on the Chiefs there. The 3-13 Cardinals at the 11-5 Rams. Jonathan Gannon about to be fired. The Rams need a win to get that bad taste out of their mouth after losing to the Falcons on Monday Night Football. And I want to see Matthew Stafford, if he's playing in this game, have a clean game. That three interception, pick six game against the Falcons wasn't ideal. The Rams need to, they're going to win, but like the Rams aren't exactly accelerating into the playoffs here, you know?
Yeah. But also they'll know what their seeding is before the start of this game.
Okay.
So coming
Yeah.
into this, it might like the picks might shift a little bit because they'll know before the game starts if they're fifth or sixth seed.
Yeah. Yeah. So not much to say about this game. We both got the Rams. Cardinals
Yeah.
suck.
I don't think there's too much to talk about here.
No.
I think even if they clinch before the game starts, even if they're knocked down to the sixth seed, they'll still they'll still win.
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely.
teams fighting over the first and second pick in in the league in the draft shouldn't be trying to win games in week 18.
No.
Every year
No.
somebody does it. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like the Giants this year. It's like, what are you doing? Just just tank. 7-9 Dolphins at the 13-3 Patriots. New England likely the two seed, but if Denver were to trip up, they could get the one seed. I don't expect them to. I expect New England to win this game easily. Uh, Quinn Ewers actually didn't look too bad
No,
against
he didn't. I felt bad. I
last
talked a lot
week.
of shit and he wasn't too bad.
Yeah, against Tampa Bay, but I don't see the Dolphins winning this game. No Minka Fitzpatrick. Devon Achane is doubtful. We've been talking back and forth about who's going to win the MVP. Honestly, I think Drake May is going to win the MVP, and I would love to give it to Stafford because he's old and at the end of his career, and Drake May's young and just coming up. But I think Drake May, numbers wise, I think he's got it.
Yeah, it's a rough year for the MVP conversation because if you have the easiest schedule in the league and you
Yeah,
put up big numbers, there's kind of an asterisk against it. And then anyone who should have been in the conversation literally did everything they could last week to throw away their name in
yeah,
that conversation. Like Matt Stafford had an awful game. Like everyone who's been in the conversation, like Baker Mayfield coming into
yeah,
week 9 had that shit locked down.
yeah.
They've gone 7 out of their last 8 as losses. So I don't really think any quarterback deserves it. Drake May numerically, yeah, but it's really hard for me to be like, absolutely, they've played the easiest schedule. He deserves it for sure.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Coach of the Year. Everyone wants to give it
Mhm.
to Mike Vrabel, who I'm a
No,
big fan of. But you
he
look at what
shouldn't get
Kyle
it.
Shanahan's done in San
Shanahan,
Francisco.
abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
overcoming what
So
they overcame to be this good, missing out, like the shit that they have dealt with on that team with the black magic and the with all the injuries and stuff and to overcome it and still be in the running, like Green Bay is very injured. Do you know what we've done throughout our last month of injuries? Lost every fucking game. Like the
yeah,
49ers have still pulled off wins with Mac Jones, with like the Shanahan deserves it. I hope Vrabel doesn't get it for that reason.
yeah. I agree with you. But the Patriots should win this one and lock up the two seed, and likely play the Chargers in the wild card round. So we'll see if they get that done against the Dolphins. How about the 4-2 Commanders at the 11-5 Eagles? This is a glorified preseason game. Yeah, Josh Johnson is starting for the Commanders. Laramie Tunsil's out. Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter, Jalen Phillips, Dallas Goddard. The Eagles are resting their starters. They're content with a three seed. Uh, who cares who wins this game, right? I mean,
Yeah. Washington is out 11 starters this season, like who we thought
dude.
coming into this game would be playing at this point. Philly's resting everybody. I'm just assuming Philly will pull this off, but also it doesn't matter and I don't really care. Um,
Who's the Eagles' backup? Because Jalen Hurts, they're resting him. Is it Tanner
uh,
McKee? I think it's Tanner McKee.
it was some no name. I skimmed over it. I don't remember. Um, yeah, I trust the coaching for the Eagles. Yeah,
Give me, give me the Commanders.
yeah, it
Screw
doesn't matter. I'm like, I just really don't care. Like, if everyone's
it.
sitting, who, like, yeah, all right.
Give me the
Riveting stuff,
Commanders.
guys.
I need to pull a game out of my ass, so give me the Commanders here.
Fair. Fair enough.
And then lastly, but not least, the Sunday night football game, AFC North Championship game. The winner will clinch the 4 seed and host a playoff game. The 8-8 Ravens at the 9-7 Steelers. Lamar Jackson will start, so I'm interested to see how he looks. We've talked about it. He came back and was playing all right, but not quite the same, not MVP level. We'll
Mm-mm.
see how he looks in this game. TJ Watt is back for the Steelers. I'm happy about that. Um, the Steelers cannot end the season this way. They cannot lose at home and be eliminated from the playoffs. This is a must-win. I got the Steelers at home here. I believe in the Steelers. What do you think?
So, my biggest concern coming into this season was stopping the run for Pittsburgh because
Yeah.
last year, after that wild card loss, he rushed for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's what they focused on is stopping the run. So Pittsburgh won their last matchup. They were still outrushed by 183 yards despite pulling off the win. The defense and receivers really helped with that win. Derek Harmon is playing, and he's my defensive rookie of the year. Um,
Yeah.
with how well he's played this year, their run defense has improved by 80 yards per game whenever he plays.
Wow.
So I am a huge fan of him. He says, and I quote, "I'm ready to play ball, dog." So love him. Love the energy. I think Pittsburgh pulls this one off, but I think it'll be spicy.
I,
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think you should pick the Ravens. That's what
I
I
think I should
think.
pick the Ravens too, but I want the Steelers.
Yeah, and hopefully the Steelers learn from their mistakes of feeding Marquez Valdez-Scantling like crazy. You got Kenneth Gainwell, you've got all Pat Fryermuth, you got other weapons, and Valdez-Scantling wasn't even running the right routes at the end of that game. So,
I've gotten off my soapbox for him, but he is so bad and he keeps getting opportunities on good teams and I don't freaking get it. I don't like
yeah,
maybe he's really funny, maybe he's super charming, I don't know. But as a fan who has watched him drop huge plays for every team he's been on,
yeah,
why? And it's
I don't
always a team
get
that makes it to the postseason.
it.
He had one amazing Super Bowl play for Kansas City. So then Pittsburgh is like,
Yeah.
oh, he catches one out of every 10 passes. Awesome. So sick of MVS. Get rid of him.
Yeah, and for the Ravens, Rashad Bateman and Marlon Humphrey are both questionable. I have a feeling, it's a must-win game. They're probably going to play, but I just at home, the season on the line. Aaron Rodgers, you're getting T.J. Watt back. I can't pick against the Steelers here, so
I don't know, but then I feel the same way. And then I remember how shitty they played versus the Browns. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should take Baltimore.
the Steelers are going to win. But I encourage you to pick the Ravens.
I might revisit this. We'll see. We'll see how
Yeah.
the picks are doing. Fuck it. Give me Baltimore. I have
Oh.
Baltimore. Yeah, I'll
Now, are
take it.
you aware that you're going to lose the picks this season because of that decision?
I mean, we'll see. This will be our last pick of the week, and we've got three different before then. So
So that's four, right?
yeah, that's the fourth one. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I win the first two, I can't possibly lose the season going into this one.
So, okay. Um, we disagree on what?
There's
Panthers,
four.
Bucks, right? I'm taking Carolina. We
Panthers, Bucks,
disagree on Falcons,
Atlanta,
Saints.
New Orleans, Philly, Washington, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna take. If you're taking Baltimore, I'm gonna take the Eagles. So we'll disagree on three.
Chicken. Watch us both lose the Philly one now. Washington's for sure
Well,
going to win because we agreed on it.
well, I have to sweep in order to beat you. I have to go three
Hmm.
and zero.
Yeah.
But if we disagree on four, then there's no way either we're tied or I win by two. So three is the magic
I
number.
mean, Green Bay tied this year. Maybe we'll tie this year.
We can't tie, even if I guess we could tie and
It would
figure it
come
out
down
in
to
the
the
playoffs.
postseason. Whatever. Guys, Alex is a sore loser, and he's scared. That's the
No,
moral of the story.
Alex is gonna win. It's inevitable. Amanda had her 29th game blowout last year. She can't win again.
I
She's
won the
won
year
two.
before that too,
Yeah,
just for the
no, you've
record.
won two in a row. You can't win. You're not gonna three-peat. You're not the Chicago Bulls.
Hey, no basketball references. Wrong episode, dude.
Well, you're the Chiefs, is what you are. You won a three-peat, but you're gonna come
Don't
up just
compare
short.
me to them. Absolutely not.
But thanks for making time as always. I know you're tired. You've had a busy, making cakes and all that, but thanks for making the time. Uh,
Always fun. I love talking shit. Any opportunity to talk shit and to have mental breakdowns on air for our fans' entertainment. That's
yeah,
why I'm
your
here.
Packer clip was hilarious. It got a lot of reactions on that one, so.
Listen, Derrick Henry is the bane of my existence.
But yeah, he's gonna be that again with you picking the Ravens. The Steelers are gonna shut that down. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow us into the playoffs. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be making our picks. We're gonna have a lot of great guests on for the playoffs. So stay tuned for that. We hope you guys enjoyed the season. Have a great week and peace out.